Hi, I'm Mindy, and today we're going to focus on the shoulder girdle and your hips a little bit. So let's get going. This will be a great little workout if you have shoulder injuries or you're trying to build strength up there. Some of the work, if you want to grab some really light weights, that might be helpful, but you don't need them. So we're going to start just by sitting on the heels. I want you to line your shoulders up over your hips. Take your focus straight ahead. And if this is not comfortable to sit like this, if you need a little bit more height, grab a yoga block and just sit this way. All right? So either way, we're going to take the fingers and lace them behind your head. Elbows are straight out to the side. You're going to take a deep breath. And as you exhale, just draw the rib cage forward and pull those elbows back. And then inhaling, elbows together, ribs press back. Exhale, go forward again. So we're going to do this a few more times. Just find your breath, find some flow in this movement, and really concentrate on the width between your elbows. So imagine that you're really trying to draw those two elbows together in the back and the front as you mobilize that rib cage forward and back. Don't force it, just notice. Notice where there's holds, notice where there's restriction, and just breathe into those places. So we're just warming it up. Also begin to bring your attention to your shoulder blades as they move on your back. And one more. And we'll just let the hands come to rest on the thighs. So find your posture again, and then we're just going to twist the rib cage and look over that right shoulder. And then back to the center. And then the left. So let your hand move up and down your thigh as it needs to. And let your head just ride on top of your spine. So I'm not initiating this movement with my head. I'm really initiating it with my ribs and my core. All right, floating back to center. We're going to release the block if you used one. And we're going to come to all fours. And again, I want you to just get a sense of the scapula, that shoulder blade on your back. And we're just going to release the chest down towards the floor. So float your heart between your arms and let the shoulder blades come together. And then press them back apart again. So again, getting that sense of the scapula on your rib cage, you can really work a lot of tissue, scar tissue, and holding patterns just by gliding the scapula forward and back over the rib cage. So just a few more times, just that. So it's kind of like a cat-cow, but you're really concentrating on the upper body. One more time. Really pressing through the arms, really activating the shoulder muscles. Now we're just going to come into a neutral spine, so you're not arched or flexed. And just in this position, I want you to just push out of the shoulder girdle and the hips a little bit more. Draw your abs up to your spine. Just in this position, there's a lot of work going on. But now we're going to float the right arm and the left leg out. If this feels like too much, you can just do the arm. Once you get here, I want you again to just push out of the shoulder girdle, out of the hips, and find that stability. And then we're going to move the arm and the leg in towards center and release it back out. So we're pushing in. You should feel it in your inner thigh and the outer shoulder. And in and center. And then we're going to reach the arm up and the leg. One more inch. One more inch, and release. Again, we're gonna do it to the left side, so find that lift out of the shoulders and the hips. Stretch through the left arm and the right leg. Second time, lift out of the hip and the shoulder. And now push the arm and the leg toward midline and back out. In and out. In and out, and then up, 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 and release. Good, one more time each way. Hang in there, stretch it out. So your palm is facing towards the midline, and we push in and out, in and release. One more time, in and release. Press out of the shoulder girdle, out of your hips, reaching the arm and the leg up, and release. Last time, you're doing great. Stretch through that left arm and the right leg. Really lift out of the hip. Press towards the midline and release. In, and the back leg should be super straight. In and release, and then up, 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 and release. Great, cat back up, just sit back on the heels. And we're just gonna roll over the tops of the hands. So just nice and easy, give them a little break. And then fingertips to the floor, palms are gonna come down. Great. And we're gonna come down to, actually we're gonna move from plank. So come into a plank position and make sure that the hips aren't up or releasing down, but just in a really, you want them to be really solid and connected and in line with the shoulders. So from here, you're just gonna tuck the pelvis under and release. Tuck. So what we're doing is we're activating those lower abdominal muscles. Tuck and release. 2 more times. Tuck and release. Last time. Tuck and release. Now we're going to glide the rib cage again through the shoulder girdle and press. And glide and press. 2 more times. You got this. And press. Last time. And press. Really good. All right, we're going to come down on our bellies. Shake out that work a little bit. That was great. Rest your head to one side. It's always good to rest a little bit in between the work. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and draw the hands right underneath the shoulders. Forehead is down to the ground. Gently press through your pubic bone and see if you can lengthen through the lower back. And then we're going to just lift up head, chest, and shoulders off the mat. Take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to just reach those arms forward. Inhale, pull them back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. 2 more times. And in. And stretch. And in. And release back down. Rest your head to the other side. Shake out the hips a little bit. And then come back to center, forehead to the mat. Shoulders as far away from the ears as possible. Hands off the mat. And inhale, lift, head, chest, and shoulders up. Exhale, stretch the arms out. Inhale, lift your legs up as well. Strong, straight legs lifting up from the back. And we're going to start a little swim. So just kicking the arms and the legs, keep them super straight, super strong. Find your breath within this movement. So slow breath in and out. And in and out. One more time. Breathing in. You got this. And out. out, and rest. Great, shake your hips. You're gonna go ahead and just press up to all fours, sit back on the heels. Give yourself a nice stretch. We are halfway there. Hang in. We're gonna do a little bit of work from the side to really activate the serratus and the lat. So the setup is super important for this one. So I want you to make sure that your elbow and your hips are the same distance from the back of your mat. So just make sure that you're lined up there. And then from there, just check to make sure that your rib cage is also in a line. You might want to pull your rib cage back. It's a tendency to really sort of float the rib cage forward and rest in our joints. But today, we're going to really pull it back, ignite this side body, and the upper arm's going to lift, or you can keep it on the floor for a little more support. If it's up, what you're going to do is lift the pelvis up. That top leg's going to come up. We're going to float it forward. You're going to touch the floor with your big toe. You lift it up. It comes in, and we lower down. Take a breath. Lift it up. Stretch that leg forward. Big toe down. Lift it up. So now we're getting the side of your hip really strong through the lat and serratus. Obliques. We're pretty much turning it all on here. So if it's a struggle, it's no wonder. You're working everything. So let's do 2 more on this side. Up. Stretch. Touch. Lift. In. And last one. Up you go. Reach it forward. Big toe touch. Lift it up. Knee in and down. Really good. Press it up. And we get this nice little stretch here for the back, arm. Take your focus down and just reach those fingers forward. And then take the focus sideways and pull that shoulder back. Really good. Let's do the other side. We're almost there. So coming down on the elbow. Again, just make sure that you're lined up with the back of that mat. Make a choice here about either the arm supports you on the floor or it lifts up. And pull those ribs back. Up we go. Lift. Extend the leg. Big toe touch. Up. In. And down. Keep really activated through the whole underside of that shoulder. Reach and touch. Up and in. And never let that guard down. Always lifting out of the shoulder girdle. Stretching it forward. Bringing it back. Lowering it down. One more. Lift it up. Make it your best. Really pressing out of that shoulder. Big toe touch. Lift it up. Bend it in. And down. Great. Reach the top arm up and over you go. Stretching out that whole side body. And then really reaching through the fingers. Take your focus down. And then pulling the shoulder back. And we come center. All right, we're almost there. We're going to end with just a little bit of core work. And we'll be done. So, hands are going to come to the backs of your thighs. You're going to sit tall. And then just drop those shoulders away. Take a breath. And as you exhale, just begin to release it back. So curving that back. Go ahead and take your focus down to your navel. And from here, 2 choices. You're going to reach those arms and just hold for 10 breaths. Or you're going to float the arms back and it's going to be a little pulse. Whichever choice you made, it's great. Hang in there. We're going to do 2 sets of these. 9, 10, and draw the hands back to the thighs. Roll it up. Sit tall. Feel that length in the front of the spine, the back of the spine. And back we go again. So, releasing the backs of your thighs. Maybe you go a little bit deeper this time. Fingertips reaching past your knees, or floating the arms up and pulse. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and up you go. Really good work today. You can't do too much of that shoulder girdle stuff. It's so good for you. So just play with these exercises, and I will see you next time. Thank you.